Hey everybody, Doug Kenny here, along with my coach and mentor, actor Andy McPhee. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the people in Hawaii who are dealing with the Mauna Loa eruption. And today we welcome Roxanne to Relentless and Unstoppable. Hey guys, how you doing?
I'm well.
Hi there.
How are you?
Hi, Roxanne. How you doing, mate?
I'm well. How are you, Andy?
Good. Now, as everybody knows, regular subscribers know, Doug's in Arizona. I am currently in Adelaide, South Australia. And Roxanne, you are where?
On the beautiful northern beaches of Sydney.
Yeah.
Australia.
The weather is good up there. I don't know what it's like in Melbourne, but the last few weeks in Melbourne was pretty terrible. But in Adelaide, it's we're a lot closer to the desert here, so the weather's terrific, nice and warm. I love it.
Yep.
And who's your little friend there?
This is Harper. She's my 3-year-old Yorkie Terrier.
Huh.
She's tiny.
That's cute.
She's
And Doug,
cute.
so how are you, Doug?
I'm doing really good. The weather's been a little bit chill lately in Arizona, which I welcome deeply.
Well, yeah, you guys get some pretty hot weather there, eh?
Yeah, in the summers, sometimes it can be unbearable.
Yeah, I'll get that. Well, I'm in my mobile office again, which is I'm parked under the shade of a tree in Adelaide because it's a wee bit too hot outside in the sun. Doug, so let's kick this off and find out why we've got Roxanne and her cute little puppy on RNU today.
Definitely. Roxanne, please give us snippets of your life's journey.
Sure. Well, I'm Roxanne and I live in beautiful Sydney, Australia. And in 1996, I wrote a book called Roxanne, My Extraordinary Life. And it was just based on my, I guess you'd say, extraordinary life. Yeah, like I grew up in the UK and I had extensive childhood abuse, but I've worked through that in many ways, and by the grace of God, my life has turned full circle. Yeah.
Great to hear. So what made you get into dog therapy?
Well, it's been a really long journey, and I've had, I've taken on many different roles in life because I think that's what our lives are about, new roles. And suffering from really early childhood anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder, I was sort of always reliant on medications and things to try and help myself feel better. And over the years, I developed some serious health problems, autoimmune disease, spinal problems. And it was one day when I was in the hospital, I was about 13, they brought in a therapy dog. And it was a really good experience. I just felt connected. To have an animal visit you in hospital is really amazing, and it brings joy to a lot of people, a lot of patients. So I got interested in dogs that way, but then I never really got a dog till I was in my late 20s, and I was still going through the effects of childhood abuse and anxiety, depression, etc. And I met a guy at church, and he introduced me to his dog. Absolutely terrifying dog. It was a little Chihuahua that used to bite your ankles and stuff, but slowly I looked at the bond that he had with this dog, and I knew that I wanted that too. That's sort of where it began with the dogs. Yeah, amazing story.
Great. And I think Doug, you're a great lover. You and your mum of dogs. I think you sadly had one of your beautiful pets pass away just recently, but you've still got your other crazy little fella that goes nuts every time you walk in the house.
Yeah. Her name is Bunny with an I.
That's funny. Funny Bunny. Yeah, right. Hey, Roxanne, a
Yep.
question. What helped you? I mean, you went through a lot of trauma as a child, and obviously we get into more stories as each interview we do with you over the next, 6 to 7 months.
Yeah.
But getting past all that, what is it? Because a lot of people don't get past that trauma. They deal with terrible depression most
Yeah.
of their lives. Medication, which obviously has to be taken in certain cases. But what do you feel helped you and help you mentor other people to see, as we say, the light at the end of the tunnel, like to get through all that?
I think with me, it was, going through all these personal experiences. And I've always been a person to collect people, especially broken people. And I see myself and stages of my life in a lot of teenagers and, try and guide them the best way that I know how based on my life experiences with, panic attacks, self-medicating, which is a big, big problem worldwide, globally. And I'd often lead these kids into therapy, which is a really great tool for healing your life. And then, apart from drugs, also, actually, I want to make a little point here that with psychiatry, I found it was very medication orientated. But the best thing I did is I started seeing a psychologist, and I actually still see her for 6 years, the past 6 years. And she taught me more about coping skills, not so much pills. And I learned with the coping skills that I was able to use the skills in times where there'd be huge triggers and flashbacks of childhood and panic attacks and, the needing to use self, Valium, those sorts of things. And then, 5 years down the track from therapy, I'm finding that all those skills that I have learned, I put into place. And it's freed me from so much of the emotional baggage and pain that I had carried. And then my dogs came into my world about 10 years ago, and they are one of the most important, coping skills and relationships that I've ever had in my life. And I love what they bring into my life, and I'm able to share them with other people. And obviously talk about my relationship with my dogs to others. I've had friends that have gone out and bought dogs as a result of coming to know my two, which is really a wonderful thing. Animals are awesome.
Yeah, you're right. And when I was in LA, I went to visit Doug when he was living in Arizona. And we did a few events together. But yeah, the dogs, they're just beautiful, like they're unconditional love. My friend I'm actually staying with here in Adelaide, he has two beautiful dogs, and it's they're just amazing. Like they're just so beautiful. Like that, if they could talk, they would. And I know most pet owners really get that. They're just such a great companion. And I was just going to say too, I love that little quote you said, coping skills without pills. I love that. That's a good quote. Skills without pills. It's great.
I love it.